Can't wait to get back on the road again? Buy the paper between March 27 and April 11 for your chance to win a year of free fuel worth $5,000 or one of 200 $150 fuel vouchers. Only with the paper. Conditions apply.
I'm a girl from a cotton field that proved myself above the destruction and the mistakes. And I'm here for you.
Tina, exclusively on Foxtel Movies Premiere, Sunday 8:30 or watch on demand.
Saturday, the best day of the week.
That's how you do it. That's perfection.
Welcome to Super Saturday.
And he's feeling it right now. Tell everyone about it. That is awesome. All level at the break at Amy Park after a controversial equaliser from Melbourne City. Jamie McLaren fouled, according to Alex King, who then you could almost give him an assist, couldn't you, the way he controlled that ball. Andy Harper for Craig Noon to score from the quickly taken free kick.
Nice, great work from Craig Noon. And the referee didn't indicate wait for the whistle. But the referee needed to come in and separate a couple of balls on the sideline.
Once it was said on UK television that no one scored when this guy scored a goal, and he still laps it up when he's asked about that, Craig Noon. And you can look that up on YouTube, I'm sure it's still there. No one scored, said the newsreader. But of course it was Craig Noon scoring tonight with that fabulous technique on the free kick. And Jamie McLaren had just gone down trying to win a penalty moments earlier. That was waved off. Then he wins that soft free kick, and that's why Carl Robinson blew a gasket. And Western Sydney have to try and establish a lead again, as they did through Bernie Abini. And they kick the second half off. The visitors in their stylish away kit, taking on the team in sky blue. And a massive game given up here by Bacchus again. And Luna passed it through, and a boot. A tame shot in the end. And that's all in the opening 20 seconds of the second stanza. Atkinson allowed to stroll forward. Luna to McLaren. And that pass gets to its intended target. Craig Noon bending it at the right angle, but not the right height.
Well, he makes the space just beautifully here. Tate Russell was beaten on the inside, and I thought for all money that was at least going to force a save. It was quite a loose effort in the end from no one.
You like that one? There's Duke. Broken up by Jamison. Jamison once a wanderer. In 20-odd games for Western Sydney. Again, jumping one in behind, and Natta with the early read. Seagulls make their customary second half arrival at Amy Park. Wouldn't you want to come and watch these two teams in action, full of goals on winning streaks? At least one of those winning streaks will come to an end tonight, of course. As it stands, both of them. Right through the middle went Curtis Good for Metcalf on the turn. Connor Metcalf, deflection of Ziggy Gordon, who leads the league in block shots. And this one leads to yet another City corner.
It was rather fortuitous, though. Could have bounced into the path of McLaren, which might have been quite a painful experience for the Wanderers, but as it is, back and set, a well-practiced routine now defending a Melbourne City corner.
Scott Jamison! And Marcush flew across. He's made some stunning saves. Well, shots bound for those bottom corners.
Clean strike from Scotty Jamison. It comes through. Quite a side screen, Margouche, comfortable in the end.
Way by McGowan this time. Atkinson can turn if he wants to. Towards Berenguer, who maintained the width for City. Stood up towards McLaren in the middle. Metcalf headed off by Bacchus on that occasion. Trying to keep it alive, did so. Metcalf on a couple of occasions. Really industrious midfielder, isn't he? And he's the last line in that midfield line tonight. Active fans returning to the Melbourne venues. Fine form, the trumpeter. Might hear a bit of Tetris tomorrow night at the Mariners venue as well. A bit of brass band action. There's the Central Coast. Take on the victory. Card is coming out here. Troisi appealed. And Alex King agrees. The ball was kicked away unnecessarily.
Yeah, Curtis Good. I don't think we see enough of this. For some reason, it was decided that defending players can interfere with the restart. It used to be a no-no all the time, and I'm pretty happy to see it come back when it does.
Nodded down by Duke for Troisi, and Berenguer with an important touch.
They just wouldn't settle for Troisi and just need to be a little bit more alert. You just don't get really that much time. Playing against certainly, if not the top teams, then the teams that are in good form. It just so happens that Melbourne City fit both categories at the moment.
McLaren apologised to McGowan for an inadvertent arm into the face. No changes made to either side yet. Carl Robinson has such an attacking arsenal on his bench. He's really been able to pour on the goals in second halves this season. They've now scored 5 before the break and 17 after half-time this season. Atkinson trying to flight it, but Natta again in the right spot. Beanie's layoff behind Troisi. Berenguer. Craig Noon as the Seagulls scatter. Across the face and chested home by Andrew Naboots. When he plays for Melbourne City this season, they win. And he's given them the lead just 7 minutes after half-time. What a wicked ball in that took the keeper out of play.
Well, the two wingers combining, Craig Noon's having quite a night. It's a wicked cross. And the boot just runs into it in that rather ample and muscular chest. The VAR will be just clarifying that there was no contact with any bicep there. But really difficult to defend against this. And the boot just runs straight through it.
He's been providing the goals this season with 5 assists, and now he has his first Melbourne City goal. In no small part due to Craig Noon's effort down the left-hand side, who has a goal and an assist to his name tonight. And it stands, and it's Melbourne City on top. They've come from behind tonight. Archie Thompson, I was about to go down to you before the goal, saying this was eerily similar to the first half, the way Melbourne City are dominating.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the way that Melbourne City have started this, what's really interesting actually is that I haven't seen too much of Scott Jamieson or Nathaniel Atkinson really push up and add that something in attack, but just the way that turn by Berenguer was beautiful, but that ball from Craig Noon was exceptional.
As a Frenchman used to do that kind of turn about 20 years ago regularly.
Same shirt number.
Zizou, same shirt number for some of his teams. He used to wear the number 5 famously.
Well, Lablaw.
Yeah.
Just lost it momentarily, but it was still a great little passage.
It's probably a 20-minute clip on YouTube of Zizou providing those kind of turns that mesmerise football fans all these years on. The ambitious reverse ball from the boot, not read by any of his teammates. Troisi looking for Duke and Curtis Good. He wasn't waiting. Noon cutting inside. Atkinson has been able to do as he pleases tonight. Pass a poor one. Atkinson flew into that 50-50 against Wilmering. Now in the boot with power. Out in front of Craig Noon. Melbourne City make it 3. 2 quick-fire goals. Craig Noon has his first brace down under, and they are making another statement tonight. Melbourne City on track for 6 wins straight.
Well, they're broken clear, and Graham Dorrans misread that badly. It's not what you want from your senior statesman in midfield for the Wanderers. Gave up the space, trying to outread Naboot, who turned away, fed Noon. It was a little awkward from there until he gets hold of the ball on that left foot, finds the roof of the net. He's having quite a night. 2 goals and an assist. And Melbourne City 2 clear.
Archie Thompson, that was some celebration. He loves it, doesn't he, Nooney?
Yeah, it was an amazing finish, but that's what happens. I guess when you concede a goal, you've got to start to open up. Graham Dorrans, not used to seeing him probably make a mistake like that, but for Andrew Naboot, still the power into that space. I actually thought that maybe Craig Noon had lost it with the way that he sort of took it across his body, but it was a wonderful high finish to the top of the net, which almost cuts out that Ziggy Gordon slide tackle, and it was a wonderful finish.
And in the meantime, Keanu Bacchus has been hooked by Carl Robinson, and Jordan Mutch is on alongside Dorrans in midfield. A mistake you guys have identified from Dorrans, and then the space opened up. Bacchus wasn't really there to intervene. And Jamison's header, and Glover kept it in cleverly. Kamau has come on as well against one of his former clubs.
Yeah, Carl Robinson, my reading of this, he needs more output from players. They started the first half really.
It's a giveaway by Luna. And Duke to Dorrans. Chances here. And Kamau, perhaps too unselfish, tried to leave it for Mutch.
I think his touch was a bit heavy. Maybe he felt a bit crowded out by Mutch. Needing a response, Carl Robinson. I think they got out of jail in the first half with that excellent Bernie Abini goal, but they were clearly the second best team till then. Second half finished very even. Good contest. Melbourne City had kicked clear.
Muller, who also came on in a triple change for Western Sydney. And they've looked a goal-scoring threat. They've got so many attackers since that triple change. Tom Glover given a hurry up to take this free kick, which was an offside decision. After Duke's shot found a teammate. Just thought I'd clarify that one because there's a lot of fans who are filthy when a goal kick isn't taken from inside that 6-yard box, but sometimes it's an offside. Mutch, big chance here. Look at all the space for Duke. And Abini. Atkinson got back in time. Melbourne City looking vulnerable, but there's such a threat going the other way. And the boots, whacked into Natta. Has to be a free kick. Natta is out cold, is he? It's play on. And now Melbourne City stringing the passes together. Noon on a hat-trick. Teammate picked out. The goal stands. Adrian Luna makes it 4. But should the goal stand, Andy Hartman?
Well, there might be a question of offside firstly, but Mark Natta got nutted. He needs help because, look, the ref let it go. It's a difficult one for the ref, a real difficult one for the ref. But at that moment, player safety, anyway, it's play on. It was a heavy contact. I hope the young kid's all right because he got cleaned up completely. That's a foul. It's a clear foul. To my way of thinking. And then Adrian Luna, it's hard to tell on that angle if he's ghosted offside. I can't see how that's not a foul. I'm sorry, Brenton. Anyway.
Well, I agree with you, but we had this case the other night. Can they go back and rule it out VAR and say that a foul has occurred in the lead-up when the goal was scored later from a phase that once it rebounded back off Ziggy Gordon, but this goal simply should not stand if we're fair dinkum in football. And Carl Robinson and his assistant Kenny Miller just went head-to-head with Paddy Kisnorbo a moment ago, as you saw. There's been so much going on in the respective technical areas.
Well, look who's there, Nikolai Muller, who was on the receiving end of something like that last season, remember? Louis Fenton v. the Phoenix. Look, I'm not suggesting for a second that Andrew Naboot is intending to take the kid out, but he's braced, he's completely compromised himself. It's almost a yellow card.
Oh, okay. We're gonna deal with him, okay? Fucking typical fucking.
Just what the sideline coaches in the technical areas needed. A little bit of chilly on that relationship.
So every precaution being taken for Mark Natta. And the other situation is, and you're big on this, it's a head knock for Mark Natta, and the game should stop.
Well, that's why I said, Speedy, it was difficult for the referee at that point because the game's open and he can see a finish to the sequence soon. And it's a tough one for the ref. But I think at the moment, it's only a tough one because he didn't see a foul. He should have seen a foul and it should have been done with. I can't see Mark Natta continuing in the game here.
Looks like the goal's going to be chalked off for offside, so Alex King is using that to get back in the good books of the Wanderers. So it should be going back to 3-1, you'd imagine. Alex King just waiting for Mark Natta to get sorted out, whether he'll be able to go on, the 18-year-old. Looks like he's got a bit of a knock above the eye, maybe sustained in that clash with Naboot. And stand by. It looks like it'll be offside against Adrian Luna, presumably.
He's a really sick boy.
So it's not for the foul in the lead-up by Naboot on Natta, which would have stopped everything. It's for offside that this goal does not stand. And it's Melbourne City 3, the Wanderers 1. And that is the offside.
That's Noon who was offside.
Who then had a shot that rebounded back off Ziggy Gordon, but we still come back and check the offside in the lead-up. Nooney saying, who me? And Mark Natta, end of the night for him. Let's hope he's okay to be involved in the next game, but that's got to be in serious doubt. And Aquilina comes on. So the knee of Craig Noon. And the offside there costs Melbourne City a fourth.
Doesn't help Mark Natta. We wish him a speedy recovery, but he's a sick puppy at the moment. I feel for the youngster. He's going so well.
Let's go to our sideline Stoush reporter, Archie Thompson. Bit going on again.
Yeah, look, when that Mark Natta went down, and there was no foul given in the goal. I mean, obviously lucky that it was chalked off, because for me that was a foul too, but I don't think there was any real intent from Andrew Nabbout. You could almost see him pull out, and just that run, he couldn't really slow down, and I tell you what, that's probably about 80 kilos of bull right there running in front of you. So, I mean, anyone was always going to come out second best, but look, for Western Sydney Wanderers, this is where they need to settle down a little bit. I know they've gone to the back four to obviously push players forward, and this is where City can really counter.
And poked away here. Wilmering sold Doran short. Luna, and Doran's got back to cut out the pass intended for McLaren. Bit happening since half-time. 2 Melbourne City goals, another chalked off. And the Wanderers forced the play catch-up. They're very familiar with this so far this season. He's flipped from Muller. Aquilina, now the right back. Should skip away. The pass from Dorrans hasn't been his night yet.
They're doing it pretty comfortably at the moment, Melbourne City. Hogging the ball, scoring the goals, dominating the territory.
Substitution available to Carl Robinson after the triple change, and then the forced change of Aquilina on Venata. Still got another couple of attackers if he wants them. Cox or Yeboah it will be if he goes to his bench once more. Now Paddy Kisnorbo is going to play his bench. There's Luna. Goes to Craig Noon again. It's been a terrific performance tonight, and the only surprise with Melbourne City having 3 goals is that Jamie McLaren hasn't scored one yet.
Indeed. And apart from winning winning in inverted commas, the controversial free kick for Noon's goal, he hasn't featured in the assist or secondary assist category either, but he's beavering away. And Melbourne City winning this much possession as they are like this in the middle to front third of the pitch, it's a matter of time before McLaren helps himself, surely.
Metcalf will flick towards Berenguer.
So one of the problems is watch this game tonight, and certainly this second half. Wanderers midfield looks rather pedestrian.
Melbourne City enjoying a good spell of possession in the attacking third here. Craig Noon has been an outlet all night. Facing up to Aquilina now. Luna, little ball around the corner. Berenguer couldn't keep the move going, but they looked vulnerable, the Wanderers. They have been on a 5-game winning streak before. It was ended last time, but right on track to make it 6 for the first time in club history tonight. Melbourne City. And the Wanderers' unbeaten away record this season under massive threat now. They've taken 12 points out of 18 on the road. 3 wins and 3 draws. Duke not happy with the service from Kamau. Melbourne City player down. Connor Metcalf. A slap to the chops from Jordan Much. City have got a short week coming up. Western United, the next game for them here on Wednesday. No changes made by Paddy Kisnorbo as yet. As Metcalf look for an ambitious angle for Noon. Canal had that chance just after coming on. He and Much got in each other's way. Great speed shown by Curtis Good there to match Mitch Duke.
They're dead set toying with him at the moment, though, Speedy, aren't they? Maybe from the Wanderers' viewpoint, they're just comfortable to take stock, whilst Melbourne City are content to have the ball, but not really looking to push. The chance here, again, profiting off the Wanderers' inability to settle on the ball, make an effective pass out of defence.
Luna between the lines, looking for McLaren, looks to turn provider. McGowan kept Berenguer at bay. Moon in a tussle with Dorrans, gets the better of him. Delivery again, exceptional. And Jamie McLaren has somehow contrived to miss the close-range header and might have done himself some damage.
Well, that's Luna. I think he was collected. No, I recognise that tat anyway.
Good shout.
But Noon again, brilliant work. Right in the small of the back. Actually, it is Luna. I was right the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you'd overruled yourself. Clearly, Adrian Luna, who has scored 7 goals in his A-League career, but he could have scored a few more as well, as we saw in Newcastle earlier this season.
He had that header in the first half as well, remember, from about 6 yards, straight into Marbush.
Gonna have some stoppage time. The way this one is unfolding in the second half. Long stoppage for Mark Natter. He went straight down to the rooms with concussion, it appeared, after being rattled by Andrew Naboot. Adrian Luna's goal, which stemmed from that, was ruled out due to offside. So he has had the ball in the back of the net once tonight for no reward. He's moving okay, putting some pressure on Gordon here. Worked out that little give and go between Kamau and Aquilina.
They're so desperately looking for a spark, the Wanderers. I mean, the game's still within reach, believe it or not. A goal could change everything, but Much turning it over there. They've got no spark out of midfield. In one sense, Carl Robinson's gone for the Hail Mary with the 3 subs. Yet to really provide the energy that the team so desperately needs. Another turnover.
Melbourne City are good enough without getting help from their opposition. And the boot kept on running, hard to contain, and asking for a corner that he gets. Soft Dorrans. He wasn't sure about that, the Scot. Boot's body language was convincing. Three goals tonight, but they haven't scored from umpteen corners, Melbourne City. Gush, a little fumble. McLaren's lurking, so too Roston Griffiths. Little drag back and all the way through for Metcalf. And the Wanderers had enough bodies there, but that was a very near thing for Western Sydney. Didn't cop the fourth. Griffiths stayed forward. Need to drag it back onto his own arm there. Went through that the other night. Atkinson. Jamison had to thump it clear to avoid any counter-attack if Muller had nicked it past him.
Well, there was a rare moment of heavy touch and inadequate technique that put Jamison under pressure. Up until then, playing out of tight areas. On the rare moments that the Wanderers could actually create a tight defensive situation because they've been so far off their targets defensively. But even with the high balls over the shoulders, Roston Griffiths pulling one down, been really, really accomplished in these tight situations.
Late whistle there for the foul on Duke.
Just thoroughly dominant at the moment, Melbourne City.
Here is that final change. Bernie Abini to have run himself into the ground. The scorer a long time ago now gave Western Sydney the lead. And Carl Robinson empties his bench with 15 minutes of the 90 to go. Kwame Yeboah has looked dangerous in recent games. Archie Thompson, how would you sum up this Wanderers formation right now with all that attacking talent out there?
Yeah, well, look, I think it's fantastic if you can actually get the ball to these players in dangerous areas. I mean, at the moment, it's just not being able to do that, and it's the way that City have really closed down the space, their intensity.
Chance here for Muller. Across the face, and no one getting on the end of it. They've got all those attacking players out there, and that could have been controlled by Kamau as well. So just need a slice of luck and a striker ready to take their chance here, Western Sydney. Plenty of time in that centre circle, and breaks the heart of Aquilina.
No, that's not his brief tonight, Jordan, much with his experience, is to get on and settle things down and control some flow of the possession, not hit the ball straight over the sideline. Very disappointing. They're looking bereft of answers, the Wanderers, at the moment. In fact, over the course of the entire 76 minutes and 30 seconds, 3-1 is about right in favour of Melbourne City.
Aquilina riding through a challenge from Craig Noon. Curtis Good has been fantastic again tonight. And the kind of form that should see him head to Kuwait, you'd imagine, would you? Curtis Good.
Well, there's no better centre halves in the comp, if that's the measure. Had such a lot of ball for the kick too.
Right on cue for Jamie McLaren, who fired straight at Margush, but Curtis Good delivered something pretty special, and he's shown that tonight, hasn't he? The willingness to look forward and play these wonderful passes.
Well, it has been fantastic to see Curtis Good playing football in these last couple of seasons. He's had a wretched run with injury. We never, until this run, have been able to see what it was all about. He's such a fabulous player. It's a great ball, and He was quids in then, J-Mac. Bush beat the ball away for another corner.
The variation for Jamison this time. Muller forced him into a quicker ball than he might have liked. Given back to Jamison by Aquilina. Metcalf killed it. And they're getting a little bit clunky and a little fatigued, perhaps, Melbourne City, trying to execute their attacking moves at the moment. Muller getting in the face of Jamison again. Duke double teamed immediately. Melbourne City look the fitter team. They look the best team in the land right now. And the team to beat this season. Poised to close the gap on the Mariners, who they knocked off here on Monday night, of course, unless the Wanderers can turn it all around, and here's their best chance in a while. Duke's touch to the byline, and now Muller, deflections, and Roston Griffiths just able to get it clear. Craig Noon hasn't put a full foot wrong tonight, really, but gives it away to Dorrans on that occasion. Craig Noon playing for Cardiff City against Manchester City in the Premier League and putting on a show. He said he had no fear that night. He was playing against the best players in the world. Just went out there and treated it like he was playing with his mates. And was the best player on the pitch that night. And the manager who gave him the confidence to play that way was a certain Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like he's playing with his mates again tonight. Here's Berenguer. Atkinson, little stray hand, caught Yeboah. City substitute, you're hoping your team can score a fourth here. Paddy Kisnorbo might go to his bench with a 3-goal buffer.
Yeah, well, Graham Dorrans has seen enough. He's seen enough of this home team just passing, receiving under no pressure. So he's steamed in on Adrian Luna. And not so much out of frustration, just try to change the dynamic for the Wanderers. Just seem to be happy to move side to side, forward and back, but not pressure the ball. There's no, well, the last time anyone actually tackled anyone. So Doran's thought, enough of this. We've got to change this somehow. The game's still retrievable, not on the basis of the performance in the second half for the Wanderers, but just in the belief that if you get one, the whole game can change. And pretty insipid this second half from the Wanderers, it's got to be said.
Kisnorbo will be going to his bench shortly. And it could be quite the ovation at AAMI Park for the man about to be withdrawn. Plenty of confidence in that ball from Roston Griffiths, able to bend it to Curtis Good. And Berenguer dragged back by Jordan Mutch, who can go into the book for that. And it hasn't been the cameo that he's been after. Ben Garuccio is coming on for the man getting that ovation. Craig Noon, what a performance.
Yeah, superstar tonight. Been very good for this club since he's joined. Had some real big performances, but tonight he really shone. top 2 teams in the league on form in recent weeks, and he's put them to the sword. He's had plenty of good teammates as well. It's been a very good team performance thus far for Melbourne City.
Come a long way since putting the tiles on Stephen Gerrard's roof in Liverpool. Craig Noon. Had a promising attack unfolding a moment ago, but they were forced back by Melbourne City's work in defensive transition. And that's a corner. Well won by Kamau. He didn't give up. They're waiting for Muller to come across and take it. Stack of corners for Melbourne City tonight. A rare one here for Western Sydney. Jamieson offering the hand of friendship to Muller after parting the hair of the flock of seagulls. A few flock of seagulls out there tonight, Harps, including the mop on Muller.
Well, you just wonder what Nicola Muller does when the stadium management hits the auto hawk noise.
There's a look at the live ladder. We saw Western Sydney alongside the Mariners, didn't we, when Bernie Abini gave them the lead, but now it's Melbourne City with a game in hand on the Mariners, within a point of them, and look at that goal difference. Plus 12 in their favour now. The Wanderers, of course, have played 2 games more than Melbourne City, and they'll be behind them at the end of the evening, the way this one is going. So Mitch Duke on his haunches will be asked to play the full 90 tonight. In that Craig Noon role, full of running. How's the delivery? The same that Noon has been providing, but that's a little cider for Garuccio. McLaren trying to keep that goal-scoring streak going. Spun back to the advantage of Garuccio. Didn't have a whole lot of support. Back by Berenguer. Lovely deft touch from Luna. The Frenchman shows us a few more tricks. Oh, beautiful. Takes the breath away, and Garuccio's ball offside after the original pass from Berenguer. But tell you what, he's got some tricks.
Well, he's in good nick. And the intensity to nudge, to try and have a nibble, nothing. So we marvel at the really good play at Melbourne City, and they deserve plaudits. They're good players, well put together squad, but they've got a great work rate. It's what underpins what they're doing, and you've got to match the work rate if you want to match them. If you don't match that, then their quality will just run away from you.
A couple of youngsters getting a late run out here. Tilio, who they picked up from Sydney FC, and Gamulka, who arrived from Adelaide United. The Reds signing one day today to add to their midfield mix. One of the other informed teams in this competition right now, the Reds. Taking on Sydney FC this weekend on Sunday. Perth Glory at home to Newcastle tomorrow night, part of our doubleheader after that Mariners victory game. Wasn't that long ago that Macarthur FC were beaten by Melbourne City 3-0. Archie Thompson and Ante Milicic said they're clearly the benchmark team. You see a lot of them, of course, at this venue. Up close and personal, how good a football are Melbourne City playing at the moment?
Oh, it's the best I've ever seen them play, and it's just the way that they close down, their pressure on the ball, their intensity going forward. And, you know, funny enough, you watch the substitutes come on, and there's only 3 or 4 minutes left, and they're still drive. They've still got that intensity, wanting to win the ball, and I think that filters down from the manager because, like I said, before the start of the game, he was talking about the process, stick to the process, and we'll win this game. And that was in the warm-up. And then you had Scott Jamieson saying to his group, we want to be hungry, And you can see it out on the pitch, the way that they go forward, the way that they defend. It's just an actual joy to watch, and you can hear the fans really enjoying it. And now I know now with the active support, you can really sense that this team can go far.
McLaren wide, late runs in the middle. He's found Berenguer, who brings it down for Tilio, who heads wide. The angles were working against him. But, he caused a bit of havoc in the Wanderers' defence.
Well, there was a Jamie McLaren type stoop on the end of it. There's a bit of the poacher's effort there from Tilio, just wide, at unfriendly angles as you isolated Brenton. And again, it was a nice breakaway from Melbourne City. Pretty much done as they pleased this afternoon or this evening.
Still plenty of time for another goal, and McLaren played in by Tilio, just had to stretch for it, and McGowan gave up the corner.
Another straight give up. McLaren just not quite aware, understandably given the way he was starting that move where Ryan McGowan was.
Margush punches clear. McLaren thumps it in, and he does continue the streak. 92nd minute, but J-Mac makes it 6 games in a row with a goal and goes past Archie Thompson on the all-time list. It's goal number 91 in his A-League career.
Well, the last effort on goal was just an appetizer. McGowan of the Dillon variety who closed him down, but on this occasion Margush punches clear. McLaren's free. It's a beautiful half volley. Like, how hard is this to do? From a reasonable height the ball drops, and he just got the technique absolutely right. A clean strike through the ball, didn't look to whack it, didn't need to. And 4-1 is more reflective of the utter dominance of Melbourne City here tonight.
This guy's 27 years old, Archie Thompson.
Really impressive on what I was just talking about, the substitutes coming on and making an impact. They were still willing to close that ball down in the 92nd minute where they win the ball and Jamie McLaren, okay, the ball goes across him and it goes out for a corner. But to have that technique from a ball coming down so high and hit it so sweetly, you can't hit a ball better than that. And that's a player in form. And look, we haven't seen much of him throughout this season, throughout this match, but that's what he does well. He just pops up anytime and scores wonderful goals.
He's going at a goal a game in this campaign. 12 in 12. A clear leader as he looks for back-to-back golden boots. And the numbers are staggering, Archie. In his first 36 games in the A-League, he scored 7 goals. A lot of those were as a substitute for the Perth Glory. Then he learnt so much under John Aloisi. And his goal-scoring rate since then is 84 in 101 games. Can you put that into some kind of perspective? 84 in 101?
I literally can't. It's almost like you'd have to find out on the X-Files episode, because I'll tell you what, he's just lethal, and at the moment he has to be in career form. I know that he said even last year he was scoring at will, but for me it's the all-round effort. And even again, you see the way that they want to go forward and not take the foot off the pedal, and it's 93rd minute and they still want to score goals. It's pretty impressive.
And now Gamulka having a crack. I've seen Sabaki come on for City as well. Another late cameo for a substitute. (16 in 15 against the Wanderers). Six in his past 4 against them. Some response after falling behind tonight from Melbourne City. Tilio just behind Garuccio. Paddy Kisnorbo still orchestrating things from the technical area. And the fresh legs getting there first. Gamulka drops one over the top for McLaren, who's isolated, buying time for teammates in the middle. And Ziggy Gordon sticks to his task in a well-beaten team.
It's a corner count, Speedy. Bradman.
16-2, I think. They finally scored from one with that McLaren lash into the roof of the net. Surely you don't need to kill the clock in the corner when you're 4-1 up. I think Muller's making that point to Marco Tilio at the moment. What kind of game are you playing there, kid?
Troll Dog's not happy.
Melbourne City are the best team in the land right now, and they've got the form striker as well. Jamie McLaren with 12 in 12 to go all-time 3rd on the A-League goal scorers charts. But his teammates did most of the damage early. Craig Noon with his first brace down under. And Paddy Kisnorbo's side going along beautifully. They're just 1 point behind the table-topping Mariners with a game in hand. The Wanderers taught a lesson tonight. Suffer their 4th loss of the campaign and their 1st away from home. Melbourne City were just too good. It's their 8th win of the season. Paddy Kisnorbo, as a first-year coach, is doing a sterling job with this side. Full time at Amy Park. It's Melbourne City 4, Western